Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday Apocryphal Podcast,
your
one-stop shop for everything Wednesday Apocryphal and podcast. And boy, do we have a show for you today. Today we are covering the Apocalypse of Paul, chapters 43 through 51. Are you okay? No, you're actually not okay.
Yeah, no. Okay, so...
Did we go over that on the show? I don't think we did.
Oh, you had a week off.
We were in here last week.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. They stole my appendix.
Yeah, they stole Ruben's appendix.
The vampires at the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows what they did with it? They wouldn't let me keep it.
Why not?
I don't know.
Were they afraid of it rotting?
I have no idea.
Actually, they never let anybody keep any of that
like
stuff.
organs, yeah. Let people keep teeth, right?
Like,
but those are teeth.
You
Not
remember
always.
the demon summoning video?
Yeah.
You know how many like crazy dark magic things we could do if we had an appendix?
That is true. That's a really good point, actually.
Yeah.
Man, we could have done some wild stuff with an appendix.
We really could have.
Those spells could have been disastrous.
But do you think that I doubt it. But do you think that like people they'd probably be pretty mad, right? They'd be like, "Oh my God, you're using like a human."
It's his kid.
I know it's his,
whatever.
right? But that's the thing, right? Because there was that person who like consented to having like some of his body eaten on live TV. Yeah. It was only like a part of an ear or something, right? And even though he consented to it, he was like, "Yeah, I'm fine with you eating like part of my ear or whatever." People were still like, kind of upset about that because
I'm upset about it.
See, yeah, there you go. So like, even
Pretty
though
normal,
it would be his
visceral reaction,
like. I don't know.
Yes.
Either way.
Anyways, where am I starting?
He had a thing where it almost exploded, right?
Almost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't quite.
But
he's okay now.
Wait, are you telling me some person in chat that we're actually being recommended?
Why is this the first of these streams? Oh, that'd be kind of wild, actually. But hey, if we're being recommended anywhere, great.
Yeah, that probably means that one of the biggest YouTubers is going down, and so there's room in the bubbles to grow just a little inch.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama. I don't want to talk about it here, but yeah, there's a lot of drama.
Wow,
we forgot. After the show, for sure. Yeah, we should. I watched a ton on that. Mm-hmm. It's funny almost, but, well.
It's crazy is what it is.
Anyways.
Almost unsurprising in retrospect. Anyways.
I'm reading from the Apocryphal New Testament from J.K. Elliott.
Ah, perfect. Oh, from the Discord. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Then no, that's not the reason.
Oh.
Because if he's coming from the Discord, no.
Wow.
But either way, thanks for joining. Got Nitty in here too.
Why are there so many people in the Discord who don't watch our show?
I don't know. It should really be forced at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to force people to watch our show.
You know what we need to do? We need to look into making a bot that
opens up the stream for everybody.
Time we go live. We should make the bot go live on Discord and mirror the stream.
Oh, that would be interesting. But then people would just watch on Discord and we wouldn't get the views here.
No, but it would be like laggy as shit, and so people would want to watch on here.
Yeah. That's true.
Yep.
Yes, something is very much going on with the Beast Dude. That's a long story. All right, but we are continuing with our apocalyptic readings today.
Yes, there's something happening here.
I think we're finishing off the story in hell, and then we're going back to heaven, I guess.
Back to heaven.
So.
Right, yeah.
Where am I starting again?
Are we
43?
Is this the end of the reading?
Yes, today we are finishing the reading.
We will be finishing the Apocalypse of Paul.
Yeah.
But when those who were in that place saw me weeping with the angel, they cried out and wept, saying, Lord God, have mercy on us. And after these things I saw the heavens open, and Michael the archangel descending from heaven, and with him was the whole army of angels. And they came to those who were placed in punishment, and seeing him again weeping, they cried out and said, Have pity on us. Michael the archangel, have pity on us and on the human race, for because of your prayers the earth continues. We now see the judgment and acknowledge the Son of God. It was impossible for us before these things to pray for this, before we had entered into this place. For we heard that there was judgment before we went out of the world, but impediments in the life of the world did not allow us to repent. And Michael answered and said, Here, Michael speaking. Literally.
What's up? Michael speaking. Hello.
It's not like I am here. It's like, hear me. Right?
Oh, okay, sure.
Here, Michael speaking.
That's really funny, though.
It is.
It's really pretty good.
I am he who stands in the sight of God every hour. As the Lord lives, in whose sight I stand, I do not stop one day or night praying incessantly for the human race, and I indeed pray for those who are on the earth. But they do not cease committing iniquity and fornications, and they do not do any good while they're placed on earth. And you've consumed in vanity the time in which you ought to have repented. But I've always prayed thus, and I now beseech that God may send dew and send forth rains upon the earth. And now I continue to pray until the earth produces its fruits. And I say that if anyone has done but a little good, I will strive for him, protecting him till he escapes the judgment of punishments.
So I think for a part like this, we have Michael, and in order to have the world being sustained, he is always like praying on behalf of the people, right? So it says that the people were now acknowledging the Son of Man. Are they having the link between the Son of Man and Michael there? Because I know there was a tradition for that as well. But I also know this was late enough to where...
Well, the context in the story is that Michael appears and then all the people in hell are like telling him, oh, Michael, hey.
Yeah, we couldn't really do much on Earth about this. Yeah.
So have pity on us.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like when they're talking about the recognition of this Son of Man, are they referring to Jesus or are they referring to
the Son of God?
Oh, I thought they said Son of Man. Okay,
no.
sorry.
No. Though I guess there is a link.
Well, yeah, which we did talk about recently.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Anyways, he is praying for all these things to happen.
Remember, in I forget the actual texts, but in the Bible, or in the New Testament at least, remember there were some parts that talked about like the Michael and Lucifer thing. Mm-hmm. There were at least like a couple sections that
they're very brief.
They are, yeah, and they just kind of reference this defeat of Satan by Michael. It's like, oh look, he stabbed him or whatever. And I remember we had one depiction of this as our background, and because one of them was like butt ass naked or something. We got what was it? I think it said like you couldn't go live or something.
Oh yeah. It just said no.
Wow.
Yeah,
wouldn't let us do it.
Right. Yeah. So we had to change the it was a painting, right?
And what's funny is, in the past there had been so many times when I was thinking, oh hey, that's probably borderline. We should do something about it. Like I don't care, but and then it didn't care either.
Right. Yeah. But no.
But, that one went over the board. Oh.
Right. Yeah. That one somehow awful. But yeah, either way, the view here for Michael is not as, I mean, he is kind of a warrior, right? Because he has like this whole entourage of angels behind him.
His function is to pray on behalf of humanity.
Yeah. Which is not something we get out of the Michael described in the New Testament the few times he pops up.
Yeah. Where are your prayers? Where are your penances? You've lost your time contemptibly, but now weep. And I will weep with you, and the angels who are with me in the well-beloved Paul, and if by chance the merciful God will have pity and give you refreshment.
I like how he's name-dropping Paul. That's very funny, because he's like, oh, I got my buddy, your boy Paul.
Yeah.
And they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who is this guy?
Like, most of them don't know him.
Right. It's weird that they would choose, like, the qualifier well-beloved Paul.
Right, yeah.
Right. He was kind of not well-beloved.
No, actually, yeah, everyone really hated him. He got kicked out of a whole bunch of places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sounds like a self-insert opinion there, not like a commonly held one.
Well, remember, this was written like way later, right? By someone who obviously did like Paul.
Of course.
So, yeah, well beloved.
Mm-hmm. But there's another beloved disciple in the Gospels.
Right, but this is not that.
Not him. Nope. But hearing these words, they cried out and wept greatly, and all said with one voice, "Have pity on us, Son of God." And I, Paul, sighed and said, "O Lord God, have pity on your creation. Have pity on the sons of men. Have pity on your own image." Chapter 44.
Can I say pass? Yeah, God says, pass.
He does pass on that one a lot. He
really
rarely
does.
has pity.
I forgot to listen. Remember all those times that he forgot to listen?
No, I remember the times that he remembered his people.
He had to forget.
He did have to forget.
You know what the funny thing
that's
is?
right. I have people. Whoops.
Like, the mercy of the Lord, right? They've continually mocked Paul for having any kind of sympathy for anyone throughout the entire process of going through hell.
Wow.
Like,
That is true, right? Because like when he saw, those random people being like affected.
oh, are you more merciful than God?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
Pretty straightforward. Yeah, we are.
I guess even Michael is more merciful than God.
Yes.
Sure, yeah. But remember the life of Adam and Eve, where he was the one that kicked Lucifer or Satan out of heaven.
Right.
Yeah.
Which-
God had nothing to do with that story.
No, and it wasn't even by God's command. It was just
cause.
Just cause.
Michael saw that man, that humans were created, and then Michael, not God, tells everyone to worship, and then a whole bunch of angels do, but then Satan and then his subordinate angels didn't. So Michael kicked him out of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what happens in the life of Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Chapter 44. And I looked and saw the heaven move like a tree shaken by the wind. Suddenly they threw themselves...
Did they get themselves a tree demon, like we were supposed to?
I guess so. They've now bent trees.
Man, they're lucky.
Yep. Suddenly they threw themselves on their faces before the throne, and I saw 24 elders and the 4 beasts adoring God.
So this, was it 24 elders? How many was it? This was in Revelation, right?
Wasn't it?
I think it was. Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna try to. Is there a citation or anything?
Nope.
I remember that there were the four beasts around the throne, right? Or the 4 like creatures, right? And then I'm trying to see where. Oh yeah. Here we go. So yeah, there were the 4 creatures around the throne, but then also, this is in chapter 4, Revelation chapter 4. That is, and he who sat there, at once I was in a spirit, and behold, a throne stood in heaven, with one seated on the throne, and he who sat there had the appearance of jasper and carnelian, and around the throne was a rainbow that had the appearance of an emerald. Around the throne were 24 thrones, and seated on the thrones were 24 elders clothed in white garments. Yes, and then around that, and all around the throne on each side, this is now in verse 6, and around the throne on each side of the throne are 4 living creatures, full of eyes in front and behind. So yeah, that's from Revelation.
Yes. They're adoring God. And I saw an altar and veil and throne. So like the Holy of Holies, there's a veil.
Right, yeah.
And all were rejoicing, and the smoke of a good odor rose near the altar of the throne of God. And I heard the voice of one saying, "For what reason do our angels and ministers intercede?" And they cried out, saying, "We intercede, seeing your many kindnesses to the human race." And after these things, I saw the Son of God descending from heaven.
Oh, okay, so it is different then. All right. So because I remember that there was this tradition which had Michael being this representation of the Son of God or Son of Man. I think I'm not sure how early that actually was. Maybe I'm misremembering it, but there was some tradition that included Michael in that. Mm-hmm. So here they are in fact differentiating it.
Yes, the Son of God descending from heaven, and a diadem was on his head. Oh, he gets a crown.
He does, yeah.
And seeing him, all those who were placed in punishment exclaimed with one voice, saying, "Have pity, Son of the high God. It is you who have granted rest for all in the heavens and on earth, and on us likewise have mercy, for since we have seen you, we have refreshment." And a voice went out from the Son of God through all the punishments, saying, "And what work have you done that you demand refreshment from me?"
Good question.
My blood was poured out for your sakes, and even so you didn't repent. For your sakes I wore a crown of thorns on my head. For you I received buffets on my cheeks, and you didn't repent. I asked for water when hanging on the cross, and they gave me vinegar mixed with gall. With a spear they opened my right side. For my name's sake they slew my prophets. And
vinegar. Hold on, this vinegar thing. I remember like the stabbing in the side, and I remember him asking for water. Do you remember him being given vinegar specifically?
I don't remember there being exactly.
There was a river of vinegar.
They gave him something else, right? But I don't remember if it was vinegar, and I forget in which one that was. I don't think it was in all of them.
Maybe someone in chat knows.
Right. Whatever happened to Jason, he'd know. He'd immediately cite the chapter and verse.
Yeah, unfortunate. We need Jason back in the chat.
Yeah.
Jason, come back. Anyways, where was I? He was talking about how he went through all this stuff for our sake.
Sure did.
Yeah, they slew my prophets and just men. And in all these things, I gave you a chance for repentance, and you would not. Now, however, for the sake of Michael, the archangel of my covenant, and the angels who are with him, and because of Paul, the well-beloved, whom I would not grieve, for the sake of your brethren who are in the world and offer oblation, and for the sake of your sons, because my commandments are in them, and more for the sake of my own kindness, on the day which I rose from the dead, I give to you all who are in punishment a day and a night of refreshment forever. And they cried out and said, "We bless you, Son of God, that you have given us a night and a day of respite, for a refreshment of one day is better for us all, for us than all the time of our life which we were on earth. And if we had plainly known that this place was intended for those who sin, we would have worked no other work. We would have done no business. We would have done no iniquity. What need had we to be born in the world?"
See, now that sounds, what's the word? It sounds almost Gnostic.
Almost.
Because
a little Kohelet.
Yeah, so the Gnostic view was like, this is kind of basically like a fake life, right? This is almost like it's the Matrix, and the idea that they're like, oh, well, we wouldn't have chosen to be born thing. That is totally in line with Gnostics, and also, well, like you said, Kohelet as well. So that's Ecclesiastes. So it's completely in line with that stuff.
Yes. For here our pride is captured, which ascended from our mouth against our neighbor. Our plagues and excessive anguish and the tears and the worms which are under us. And these are much worse for us than the pains which we had left behind us. When they had said this, the evil angels of torment were angered with them, saying, How long do you lament and sigh? For you had no mercy. For this is the judgment of God who had no mercy. But you received this great grace of
hold on.
a day
So
and
no
a night's
mercy.
refreshment on the Lord's day for the sake of Paul, the well-beloved of God who descended to you.
Okay, so let me get this straight. No mercy, but he is apparently the most compassionate out there.
Mm-hmm.
But yet he acts like he runs Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Well, there will be no mercy.
Right. Oh, there will be no mercy. Okay.
Yeah.
In the future.
Not
but
a
right now,
merciful-
he's very compassionate, obviously.
Very compassionate.
Yeah.
But in hell, he's not. No mercy.
Jeez.
No mercy, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to read one more and then hand it off to you.
Sure, yeah. There's also, I have this, but there's actually nothing to read in this book.
Wowie zow.
Hot dog.
Incredible. And after that, the angel said to me, this is chapter 45. Have you seen all these things? And I said, yes, sir. And he said to me, follow me, and I will lead you into paradise, that the just who are there may see you. For lo, they hope to see you, and they are ready to come and meet you in joy and gladness.
Big welcoming crew for Paul.
Yep. And I followed the angel by the swiftness of the Holy Spirit, and he placed me in paradise and said to me, this is paradise, in which Adam and his wife erred. So he goes to the Garden of Eden.
You know, I'm thinking, yes, Garden of Eden makes sense. Right, because
There's a new Eden, which
there
is
is.
established.
There is. But also remember kind of how Eden was portrayed in many works, right? So when it comes to like the center of the earth stuff, we've had Eden as one potential. We've had Jerusalem. We've had a couple others as where the center of the earth was. But when it comes to the importance of Eden, remember, I forget which book it was, but we had the story about the Shekinah, right?
Yes.
And it was in Eden, in the Garden of Eden. And then when sin had entered the world, it like rose up. And this the Shekinah was, how do we put this? It's supposed to be like the female aspect of God, right?
Mm.
It's supposed to be this, the way we kind of, the way at least I pictured it was it's this kind of divine light that is supposed to be very warming, right?
Mhm.
I forget if you could, I don't think you could look straight at it. But
but it's a presence that kind of irradiates an area.
right, yeah. The specific area, it doesn't have to be even where God is.
Like the
It's
sun.
wherever a group of like 12 people are praying.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, it's like this holy presence that is just like
Now,
emanated.
of course, in some apocryphal works, there is a departure of the Shekinah from the world.
Right, yeah. So and I think it says in those works that it went just directly straight up to heaven, right?
Yeah.
So like this would kind of fit that mold.
Yes.
But even though we're talking about Eden, but still though.
Yeah. Also, Adam and his wife, really?
Yeah. Because remember, they don't get agency. Women don't get agency.
No agency.
Whose wife got like the least agency but still got brought up? Do you remember
Oh,
that?
that was who was it? I know.
Rebecca got a lot of agency.
No,
That
it was. I know who you're talking about. Like there was like the
Ah.
one mention.
somebody's wife.
And I think the one mention was that she's dead.
Ezekiel's wife.
Ezekiel's
I
wife.
think
Okay,
so.
yeah, you're right. I
Yeah.
think it was. Yeah, it was Ezekiel's wife.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ezekiel's wife.
one of the prophets. Yeah, just one mention, and that mention was basically that
She
she's
died.
dead. Yeah,
She dead now.
yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, I couldn't even remember if that was apocryphal or biblical.
No,
I
that was
literally
legit.
could
Yeah,
not
that one-
remember because that's what just happens when you read all these.
Yeah.
Yep. This is paradise in which Adam and his wife erred. I entered paradise and saw the beginning of waters, and there was an angel making a sign to me, and he said to me, observe the waters. For this is the river of Pison, which, or Pison, I don't know.
Yeah, Pison River. Yeah.
Which surrounds all the lands of Avila, or Avila,
Interesting. How's it spelled?
Evil A.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even think
Evola.
we've ran into that before.
Nope.
Let's find out what
There's
it's.
a
Land
piss
of
river that's
Evola.
evil. Nice.
I'm looking it up.
So the Pison River that surrounds the land of Evola.
Okay, well,
This sounds
Look
like a
into this
cartoon.
because this is
evil area.
strange.
Yeah.
so oh wait, hold on. So the reading might be different. So this is in apparently Genesis 2.
Mm-hmm.
This was, hold on. Tim.
And the
Come on.
second is the Gihon, which
Yes, I remember the
surrounds
Gihon,
the
yeah.
lands of Egypt and Ethiopia. The third is the Tigris, which is over and against the Assyrians.
Yeah, so this one.
And another is the Euphrates, which waters all the lands of Mesopotamia.
So some modern scholars and later figures believe the source river for Eden was a region of springs. The Pishon and Gihon were mountain streams. The former may have been the Phasis or Araxes, and the later Oxus. James A. Sauer, former curator of the Harvard Semitic Museum, made an argument from geology and history that Pishon referred to what is now the Wadi al-Batin, a largely dry channel. So wadi is like a what's it called? A fucking like a valley, kind of, right?
Yeah, a dried river valley.
Yeah, dried
Literally,
river valley.
that's what
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
So yeah, largely dry channel, which begins in the Hijaz Mountains near Medina to run northeast to Kuwait. With the aid of satellite photos, let's see, they trace the channel from Kuwait up the Wadi al-Batin and the Wadi al-Ruma system, originating near Medina. Okay. Okay, so yeah, there have been different identities for Pishon. That's one of them. There's also Uzun. Yeah, a couple different
What
ones.
is Evola?
I don't know.
Still looking for that.
But let's see. Let's say, for example, that it's supposed to be the like Araxes.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the Araxes, this would be. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. Surrounding, I don't know what that would even entail. If it's the Araxes. Well, the thing is that we'd actually have
Imagine
to
believing
check.
in a religion where like one of your holy rivers from the paradise is dried up.
Right, yeah, but the thing is we'd also have to like go.
What a sign.
We'd have to check with like more geology sources on this because these rivers could have changed in that time.
Mm-hmm.
So whether or not something is dried up or we have carved more or less a river.
Rivers are gonna change over time.
Well, yeah, I know exactly, but the thing is,
beavers exist.
They do, yes. So yeah, I couldn't tell you from a map what the land of Evola is. But hey, you know what? If we went, almost 2,000 years ago, we might be able to say that, this one river is surrounding something.
We have 4 rivers. Right? Tigris, Euphrates,
Yeah.
Gihon, and Pison.
Yeah.
And if we can identify 3 of them, then maybe
We can identify the 4th, sure. Yeah.
and then because they're at like a crossroads, right?
Were those the same rivers that were flowing into the city?
No, they're at the beginning of waters.
Okay. So that would be at the end of the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's an angel who says, this is where this starts.
Sure. Okay.
And they're in paradise.
Okay, sure. So yeah, it's different than those. It's different than the 4 rivers that led into the, I guess you would call it the first circle of paradise earlier in the book, right? Because like for all the normie people in heaven, they have these rivers flowing into the city.
Yeah.
Offensive.
This is like in Eden, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't tell you where Evola is.
Unfortunate.
It was dissolved after the rivers that defined its borders dissipated. I mean, kind of probably whatever it was isn't here.
Actually, you know what? Last time I heard, Gouda actually killed Evola. So there is no Evola, and that's why we have Gouda.
Oh, Wow, 7, 8, 9.
It's just a cheese joke.
I know.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And when I had gone inside, I saw a tree planted from whose roots water flowed out. And from this beginning there were 4 rivers. And the Spirit of God rested on that tree. And when the Spirit blew, the waters flowed forth. And I said, My Lord, is that the tree itself which makes the waters flow?
He said, no, stupid.
I mean, he said to me, From the beginning, before the heavens and the earth were manifested, all things were invisible, and the Spirit of God hovered upon the waters. But from the time when the command of God made the heavens and earth to appear, the Spirit rested upon this tree. Wherefore, whenever the Spirit blows, the waters flow forth from the tree. And he held me by the hand and led me near the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And he said, This is the tree by which death entered into the world. And Adam, receiving of it through his wife, ate, and death entered into the world. And he showed me another tree in the midst of paradise and said to me, This is the tree of life.
So this is interesting because the whole death entering into the world thing is only happened because Adam ate it. If he didn't eat it, it wouldn't have happened.
And he wouldn't have bitten it either.
Right.
Well, yeah. But
No, he died. Bitten it.
oh, sure, okay. Anyways, so
The tree of life makes you immortal.
right, yeah.
Or like God.
Like God, yeah, which in those days that would make
Immortal.
yeah.
Why did they eat
that was usually the big
wrong
difference.
tree, guys?
Right, yeah. However, this is where I would say, like, once we get to like in the biblical text, right? It's very much like the fault of sin entering the world isn't necessarily from Adam eating it; it's from them both eating it, right? And in I forget which text it was, but the one that really it was the life of Adam and Eve. It was, yeah. The one that really blamed Eve. That was like, oh, Eve, you made all this stuff enter the world.
Right.
But here it's like, well, she was the cause of it entering the world, but it didn't enter the world through.
Right. It's because of Adam.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Right.
but-
Also, Tsunami's here.
Hey.
It's been a while. Good to
Yeah.
see you.
Welcome back, Tsunami.
Been absent in the Discord for a while.
I thought you died.
People were very worried.
Are you
I guess.
alive?
I mean, no, she's actually not.
That would be
Hi, zombie
spooky.
tsunami.
Yeah, actually, that'd be pretty cool.
Zombie tsunami. They had
Like
it
a
in
ghost in the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
In the YouTube. Oh, we don't have live chat on. We have top chat. Switch
Oh, yeah,
that.
that's true.
How is that? Whatever. I bet it's similar enough.
You know, I don't really know how that happens, but
It's the same.
Oh, man. It's totally different.
Whoa, hold on. No.
well, no, much of it's still the same, right? A lot of it's still the same. All right, yeah. Either way, to make sure, because you assumed we're having sex in here. You know what? We usually are. That is normally what happens here, especially on these last few streams. Man, we have been fucking.
Yeah, there's
Thanks, YouTube.
there's Lawrence's Pokemon doll over there. He's
Yeah,
been
that
going
was-
at it.
That was a lot of fun.
Well,
It's got a big claw. Anyways, let's continue.
Help. It's your turn to read.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're on chapter 46.
All right.
I can take over at like 50 or 51.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but anyways, for now, chapter 46. While I was still looking upon the tree, I saw a virgin coming from afar, and 200 angels before her singing hymns. And I asked and said, Sir, who is she who comes in so great glory? And he said to me, This is Mary the Virgin, the mother of the Lord. Oh, you know what's super interesting about that?
No.
So this has a connotation of what was his name? He was this heretic that was condemned, where like the big issue was like he was like, oh, you know what, we should stop calling people, or we should stop calling Jesus, or sorry, we should stop calling Mary the mother of God. We should start calling her the mother of Jesus, or the mother of Christ, or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
And this was Nestorius. That's who it was. It was Nestorius. So there was this whole thing just called Nestorian controversy. I cover it in one of my videos on the councils, I think the most recent one. But he would have something to say about this whole mother of the Lord thing.
Yes. Well, it depends. What is the term for the Lord? Because they could.
I'm guessing Kurios.
Well, like, you know, there's that one psalm where it said, "The Lord said to my Lord."
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it's literally like one is Yahweh and one is Adonai.
No. One was David.
No.
Yeah.
It says a psalm of David.
Yeah.
So it does start with Magen HaDavid, but it has the words Yahweh and it has the word Adonai, both of which are translated as Lord.
Okay, yeah, those are translated as Lord. That is
Right.
true. But I thought one was meant to be David, the other was meant to be.
No one is meant to be David, but like, you know, you would have no problem in Hebrew referring to like Saul as Adonai and then Yahweh as Adonai. It's Lord.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Good to know, though. So either way, mother of the Lord, and coming near, she greeted me and said, "Hail, Paul." Why would Mary say, "Hey"? Okay, never mind. Okay.
Hello.
Hail, Paul. It continues. Hail, Paul, well beloved of God and angels and men. For all the saints prayed to my son Jesus, who is my Lord, that you might come here in the body, that they might see you before you go out of the world. This is some very high praise.
But she didn't say that she prayed for it.
No,
only
that's true.
men.
Right, yeah. This is, all the saints, they prayed to Jesus, who is her Lord, of course, that Paul might come here in the body, so they might see him before he goes out. So they're all like, you know what? We're going to bypass this whole Jesus guy. We're just going to pray to look at Paul one more time. It's crazy, actually.
They just love him so much.
Yeah, they must. And the Lord said to them, "Wait and be patient. In a little while you shall see him, and he shall be with you forever."
Hooray!
And again, they all said to him together, "Do not grieve us, for we desire to see him in the flesh. For by him your name was greatly glorified in the world." So remember earlier on when like the start of this story was referring to that thing in Corinthians, where he talks about a guy who is like, "Oh, I don't know if he went up to heaven. I don't know if he went in the flesh or not." Right. So this is very clear. It's like, hey, he's going up in the flesh.
Right.
Where was I? Right, so don't grieve us, for we desire to see him in the flesh, for by him your name was greatly glorified in the world, and we have seen that he endured all the works, whether of the great or of the less. This we learn from those who come here. For, for when we say, "Who is he who directed you into the world?" Or who directed you in the world? They reply to us, "There is one in the world whose name is Paul. He preaches and announces Christ, and we believe that many have entered into the kingdom through the power and sweetness of his speeches." Like, who I bet really believe that? Thecla. I bet she believed that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe that.
You know.
Right, yeah. Very sweet speeches. Really turned her on. Behold!
Behold.
All the righteous men are behind me, coming to meet you. But I say to you, Paul, that I come first to meet those who did the will of my Son and my Lord Jesus Christ. I advance first to meet them, and do not send them away to be as wanderers until they meet in peace. So probably like the disciples or something?
Probably.
That would make sense. The Oh, never mind. I thought that was a little citation. It wasn't. Let's go to chapter 47.
47.
Yes.
Good number.
If you're enjoying the stream,
Great.
Thanks.
keep enjoying it.
When she had spoken thus, I saw 3 men coming from afar, very beautiful, in the likeness of Christ. And their forms were shining, and their angels. And I asked, Sir, who are these? And he said to me, Do you not know those?
No, I'm stupid.
And I said, No, sir. And he answered, These are the fathers of the people, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Oh.
And coming near, they greeted me and said, Hail, Paul,
Hey, Paul.
well beloved of God and men. Blessed is he who suffers violence for the Lord's sake.
God, this author really likes Paul.
No, he fucking loves Paul, yeah.
Loves Paul.
And Abraham answered me and said, This is my son Isaac, and Jacob my well-beloved. And we have known the Lord and followed him. Blessed are all those who believed in your word, that they may be able to inherit the kingdom of God by labor, by renunciation and sanctification and humility and charity and meekness and right faith in the Lord. This is a lot of later Christian ideals that are being superimposed onto the patriarchs.
Right.
That's crazy. Like they are taking all the monikers of
well, they're literally like Jesus faced.
They are, yeah. And they're saying, so not only are they like in the likeness of Christ, which, might be, there's this always some Christian ideas about like Jesus in the Old Testament, right?
Always?
A lot of the time. So they see
a chosen character.
You see, the main character is actually always Jesus.
Yeah, see, there you go. So
it's just a crap ton of backstory to lead up to him.
It is, yeah, almost too much, you could say. So the fact that the patriarchs themselves are supposed to be emulations of Jesus instead of like the other way around or something like that. And then they talk about like, oh yeah, we always believed in Jesus. That's just God. And then they mention like all the stuff that Christians believe in. But either way, yeah. And where was I? Yeah, renunciation and sanctification and humility and charity and meekness and right faith in the Lord. And we also have had devotion to the Lord, whom you preach, covenanting that we might assist all those who believe in him and might minister to them as fathers minister to their children.
Wow. Thanks, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right. Definitely Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and no one else. Definitely those guys.
Yep.
This is still the same chapter, by the way. When they had spoken, I saw 12 others coming from afar in honor. And
are these the tribes? Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking they were the prophets, the minor prophets.
No, I thought they were going to be the tribes.
They might be the tribes. Let's find out.
Is there going to be a half guy?
This is kind of strange. So close. You're much closer than I am. So the 12 others coming from afar in honor, and I asked, Sir, who are these? And he said, These are the patriarchs. But then it continues, and coming near, they greeted me and said, Hail, Paul, well beloved of God and men, and the Lord did not grieve us, that we might see you still in the body before you go out of the world. And each one of them reminded me of his name in order, from Reuben to Benjamin.
Yeah.
So they're the fathers of the tribes.
Yes.
And Joseph said to me, Joseph. Was he a father of a tribe? I don't think he was.
Oh, no, he was just there.
He was there, right, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, okay. But either way, let's see what Joseph says. And Joseph said to me, I am he who was sold, but I say to you, Paul, that all the things that my brothers did to me, in nothing did I act maliciously against them, nor in all the labor which they imposed on me, nor in any point was I hurt by them on that account from morning till evening. Blessed is he who receives some injury on account of the Lord and bears it, for the Lord will repay him many times when he shall have gone out of the world. This is classic Christian martyr complex.
Right.
So,
which is not very much present within Judaism.
No, but they're really
There's a
getting
little
kick out of
bit,
it. There's some.
especially later on.
But, when it comes to, like, the degree that Jesus gets it, and now they're all saying, like, hey, Paul, listen, you've been suffering for the faith. You're going to get rewarded greatly. And surely, he's going to die soon because, like, he's an older guy.
The end of the world's happening within his lifetime, right?
Of course, yeah.
So he can't die until that happens.
Well, the thing is, he could die and then immediately, basically, like, the resurrection comes. Now, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Unless he's still alive.
Correct.
Maybe that's the grand conspiracy, is that he's still alive.
Ooh.
Anyways.
Out there somewhere watching us.
He must be.
Hey, Paul. Oh, we went offline.
Oh. Well, I don't know if we went offline, but our the screen that we see for us is just loading now. So I don't even know if we're still here for the audience. The audience might still see us and hear us just fine.
They may or may not.
Right, yeah.
But if they
are we back?
Not,
We
I
never
think
left.
Okay.
we went offline for half a second.
All right.
Hey, I caught it.
That cannot stop us.
Yeah, Paul.
Paul is powerless.
Yes, Paul tried to. Maybe he's not your friend.
Yeah,
No.
Paul apparently fucking hates us. You know what? Fuck you, Paul.
Wow.
Yeah. Jeez, Paul.
Yeah, we're going to show you what for.
Biblical Paul.
Let me at him. All right.
A lot of people said that in Paul's lifetime.
Let me at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. He started riots.
Yeah, he did.
He did, yeah. So on to chapter 48. When he had spoken, I saw another beautiful one coming from afar, and his angels were singing hymns. And I asked, Sir, who is that? Who is this that is beautiful of countenance? And he said to me, Do you not know him?
Is it Moses?
And I said, No, sir. And he said to me, This is Moses, the lawgiver, to whom God gave the law.
But didn't allow into Israel.
Right, yeah, did not allow into Israel.
But he's allowed in heaven.
And he gets a...
Apparently going into Israel is a higher honor than going to heaven, right?
Maybe they addressed that.
Maybe.
But, when it comes to his beautiful countenance, do you think that has something to do with the fact that he had his face all shining and stuff when he saw God in the tabernacle?
Yeah.
Okay.
The horns.
Yeah. Depending on the translation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Statue.
There are a couple different readings. Right, yeah.
Mm.
Either way, and when he had come near me, he immediately wept, and after that he greeted me, and I said to him, Why do you lament? For I have heard that you excel every man in meekness. And he answered, saying, I weep for those whom I planted with toil, because they did not bear fruit, nor did any profit by them. And I saw all the sheep whom I fed were scattered, and become as if they had no shepherd. Oh, also, hello, Dr. Kip Davis, if that is your real title.
Yes. Welcome, Professor Doctor.
Professor Doctor, yeah. Welcome, Professor Doctor. Fed were scattered and become as if they had no shepherd, and because all the toils which I endured for the sake of the sons of Israel were accounted as nothing, and how many virtues I did in the midst of them they did not understand, and I am amazed that strangers and uncircumcised and idol worshippers have been converted and have entered into the promises of God, but Israel has not entered. And now I say to you, brother Paul, that in that hour when the people hanged Jesus whom you preach, the Father, the God of all, who gave me the law, and Michael and all the angels and archangels, and Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and all the righteous wept over the Son of God hanging on the cross. In that hour, all the saints attended on me, looking at me, and they said to me, See, Moses, what your people have done to the Son of God. Oh boy. Therefore you are blessed, Paul, and blessed be the generation and race which believed in your word. So race there is not in the way that we use it now. Also, Matthew K., thank you for the gifted membership going to Kip Davis. I don't think Kip deserves it, but all right.
Kip
Congratulations, Kip.
He's not a professor, but now that he has a membership, we're awarding him the title of professor.
True.
Ooh,
True.
There you go.
You know, Kip, now you get to use the emotes. Like the best one, referencing the apocalypse of Cedrock.
Oh,
hands.
Right. Oh, hands.
Oh, hands is quite good.
It's absurd. From an absurd part of an absurd book.
Yeah. It was really an amazing part.
Fingernails.
Oh, hair on left side of my head.
Oh,
how I'll miss you.
To stall longer.
Right kneecap.
Yeah, exactly. It's the best thing.
Please stop lamenting over losing your body for so long. Just get it over with. Yeah.
Yeah, where I think Jesus was like, just stop it.
Yep.
Either way, so it seems like there are quite a few things going on in this chapter.
Yes, there are.
Like they have not only Moses being like accused for like it's his fault that his people, the Jews, killed Jesus. So we get a little bit of Mel Gibson in there.
Yeah, a little bit of the Gospel of John.
Right? Yeah, true. Gospel of John. Well, oh wait, hold on. Was it the? Well, yeah, no, it is. You're right. Yeah, it's the Gospel of John. That's the the anti-Semitic one. So yeah, there's quite a bit there, and then Paul is apparently doing such a great job converting everybody. Something that the Jews couldn't do, or something like that.
But he really didn't do a good job converting everybody. He got thrown out of every town that he went to. He got like shoved into prisons. He had to get prison broken out of. Like
true, yeah. He was very 50-50, honestly. Like sometimes he'd get, he didn't incite a riot. Other times people would love him and start a cult.
Like I would say,
very Trumpian.
I would say like the average megachurch pastor. Way more people than Paul ever influenced.
Probably, yeah, 100%.
I mean, like in his lifetime, not since his.
Right, yeah, but also like those megachurch pastors, they get like TV deals. Like there was, I think it's Osteen, right? He had like his show comes on like right after football games on the same channel, so he gets like a lot of rollover viewers.
Now
that's a crazy spot.
He's written stuff, right?
Yes, unfortunately.
Do you think that his writings will have any lasting influence on Christianity?
Fuck no.
No, not at all.
No, not even a little. Not even a little. Also, I have no idea what channel. I don't actually watch football. It's on at work. But
the football channel at work.
I don't know which one it is. But like if we have football on right after it ends, we get...
I thought the only thing that they ever played was like Arabic pop.
Oh God, that's
no. They stopped doing that a while ago.
Wow,
so long ago.
Yeah, now
you haven't been to that place in a while, Ruben.
That is true.
Nope.
Not been there in a while.
Not in like what?
Almost a decade.
Almost a decade.
Jeez,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't like hookahs that much. They're like okay.
That's fine.
It's a big pain. To be honest, like micromanaging.
Sure, yeah.
Vapes are really convenient and have like variable nicotine levels that you can select from.
Sure,
I'm not sponsored by
no,
vape
we're not.
company.
There's too many.
Though, you know what? Between like the scraps that are given to us from YouTube and like a single sponsorship from a vape company, that single sponsorship probably would out earn the entire
definitely.
history of this show.
This show, yeah, probably. Yeah. Maybe not the channel because we've released some bangers that have made quite a bit, but
there have been some big ones.
Yeah, but this show, yeah, definitely no the sponsorship.
It wouldn't have to even be like a big vape company.
Right, yeah.
It could be like Jimmy's Downtown Vapes.
Jimmy's Downtown Vapes. Yeah, sure.
In, I don't know, Pasadena.
Wow. Huntsville or some shit.
Yep.
Either way, how about we continue on to chapter 49?
I have no idea.
When he had spoken there came another 12, who, seeing me, said, "Are you Paul, the one who is glorified in heaven and on earth?" And I answered and said, "Oh, who are you?" The first answered and said, "I am Isaiah, whom Manasseh cut asunder with a wooden saw." Do you remember this? Because I don't.
Cut him with a wooden saw. I don't recall.
Is this like a magic trick that went wrong, or?
I'm trying to remember this.
Yeah,
It sounds like a magic trick that went wrong.
Right?
Okay, Kip, if you're still here, what the fuck? Was this somewhere in Isaiah? I don't remember this being in Isaiah. Yeah, I am Isaiah, whom Manasseh cut asunder with a wooden saw. And the second said, likewise, I am Jeremiah, who was stoned by the children of Israel and slain. The third said, I am Ezekiel. So these are the 12 prophets. I'm Ezekiel, whom the children of Israel dragged by the feet over the rocks on a mountain till they dashed out my brains. And we endured all these toils, wishing to save the children of Israel. And I say to you that after the toils which they laid upon me, I threw myself on my face in the sight of the Lord, praying for them, bending my knees until the second hour of the Lord's day, till Michael came and lifted me up from the earth. Blessed are you, Paul, and blessed the nation which believed through you. What the fuck? Hold on. Okay, so these are things I'm writing down, by the way.
Yes. Blessed are you, Paul.
Okay, so crazy ways the prophets died.
Yeah.
I've never heard of any of these. And, I mean, some of them sound like they are applied to something else. Like children of Israel, dragged and slain, like that kind of sounds stoned by the children of Israel. See, I don't know. I don't know. This is...
And then Elijah comes by and he's just like, yeah, I rode a chariot.
True, yeah. Children dragged by the feet over the rocks on a mountain till they dashed out my brains. Yeah, this is... Wait, hold on. Not giving satisfaction of... they're talking about the fucking Real Housewives. Okay. Whatever. He didn't even hear our question. Awful. But either way, yeah, the crazy ways that the prophets died. This is in Apocalypse of Paul 49. Looks like.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah, listen, I don't know. I just want to look into this because that's crazy.
That's crazy.
So we have it's a bunch of martyrdom stories that are applied to the prophets, and I don't know when these would have started. I don't know if they're Talmudic or Midrashic or what they are.
We could ask, I don't know.
Yeah, anyone, yeah. Either way, we'll look into it later, I guess. These are some crazy ways that they died. And as these passed by, I saw another beautiful of countenance, and I asked, Sir, who is this? When he had seen me, he rejoiced and said to me, This is Lot. Who was found in Sodom. So Lot.
Hey, he said he would save him.
True. And Lot was also, like, in some texts, like the father of the Moabites too, and because of the
through his daughters.
Yeah. And because of the connection between David and the Moabites, I could totally see a reason why they would have saved Lot and have him, he's seen as a good guy, right? Because they're still trying to tie him back to David.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Continuing on here. Where was I? Right. This is Lot, who was found in Sodom. And approaching, he greeted me and said, Blessed are you, Paul, and blessed the generation to which you minister. And I answered and said to him, Are you Lot, who was found righteous in Sodom? And he said, I entertained angels as travelers, and when the men of the city wished to violate them, I offered them my 2 virgin daughters who had not yet known men, and gave them to them, saying, Use them as you will, but to these men do no evil. For this reason they entered under the roof of my house. For this reason, therefore, we ought to be confident and know that if anyone shall have done anything, God shall repay him many times when they shall come to him. I don't know how that tracks.
Poorly.
How does that track?
I don't like it.
Doesn't track. That's child abuse.
Blessed are you, Paul, and blessed the nation which believes in your word. Yeah, I don't see how any of that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, what is even the logic here?
They just wanted to have a shout out for Lot.
Yep.
Like, there's no actual logic in the statement.
This guy likes Lot too.
So I know, but so they entered under the roof of my house because, he offered his daughters.
Mhm.
And because of that, we have to be confident and know that if anyone shall have done anything, if anyone does anything, God shall repay him many times when they shall come to him. So is this kind of like, oh, I fucked up and learned my lesson because like I gave up my daughters, but instead of my daughters going out, they entered the house?
No, I think what happens here is that he gives up his daughters and he considers that his sacrifice, and then God repays him many times over in eternal paradise.
That's what I'm getting too.
Okay, well, if that's it, that's even worse than I thought.
Isn't it? Isn't it worse than you thought? Amazing. I know. This stuff's fun.
Awful. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I just went over this Lot and Sodom stuff. When he had ceased talking to me, I saw another coming from a distance. Who do you think this is?
Who comes after Lot?
Well, let's see. Coming from a distance, very beautiful of countenance and smiling, and his angels singing hymns. And I said to the angel who was with me, has then each of the righteous an angel for companion? And he said to me, each of the saints has his own angel assisting him and singing a hymn. And the one does not depart from the other. And I said, who is this, sir? And he said, who do you think it is? You got any guesses, Chris?
David.
That's a good guess.
You know what? I'm going to go with our favorite warlord.
Oh, so David?
Yeah. No.
It's actually Job.
Job.
Yeah, this is Job.
Well, that's a good. That makes sense. It's like one of God's favorites, and lots of the passed his tests, all that.
Had all those worms,
right? Yeah,
that dung heap that he sat on for like 6 years.
True. Yeah, lived on a pile of
shit.
His wife
went and worked.
By the theory of his last thing of how much you sacrifice, like Job sacrificed his whole life to God, basically.
Yeah. That was the wild stuff is in. If anyone's wondering. Lest they think we're just making things up. No, this is in the Testament, right? The Testament of Job.
Yeah.
So
not just regular Job. From
yeah,
the
not
Bible.
just regular boring Job. The Testament of Job.
The much superior
Chrissy would
Testament
disagree
of Job, and you can tell Chrissy I said that.
Wow.
I will. Yeah.
Oof.
I agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. This is Job, and approaching, he greeted me and said, "Brother Paul, you have great praise with God and men, and I am Job, who labored much for a period of 30 years from a suppurating wound." Never heard that word. And in the beginning, the wounds which came from my body were like grains of wheat, but on the third day they became as the foot of an ass, worms moreover, which fell 4 digits in length. Jesus. And the devil appeared 3 times and said to me, so this is taking over from other traditions as well.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Because this happens in the Testament of Job.
They're latching on to it just like we're mixing and mashing things too. Yeah. Maybe that's an advantage that we have this like mixing and mashing problem.
It is.
Maybe this author agrees with us.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, Testament of Job is better.
Yeah. Especially like the laboring for 30 years thing. It did take a while. Mm-hmm. But by laboring, he means he sat on a pile of shit for 30 years.
Yeah.
In pain.
Right, in pain. Of course, yeah. As you would.
Style at the time.
Yeah.
While his wife worked.
Yep. Yeah, which fell 4 digits in length, and the devil appeared 3 times and said to me, "Say something against God and die." I said to him, "If such be the will of God, that I should remain under a plague all my life till I die, I shall not cease from blessing the Lord, and I shall receive more reward. For I know the labors of that world are nothing to the refreshment which is afterward. For which cause blessed are you, Paul, and blessed the nation which believed through you." Okay, yeah, that is the end of chapter 49. Surprisingly long chapter, but either way, gonna hand that off to you. You can have this. Yeah, I like the reference to the Testament of Solomon there. Or sorry, Testament of Job there.
Yes. Very nice. Chapter 50. When he had spoken, another came calling from afar and saying, "Blessed are you, Paul, and blessed am I, because I saw you, the beloved Lord." And I asked the angel, "Sir, who's this?" And he answered and said to me, "This is Noah in the time of the flood." And immediately we greeted each other, and greatly rejoicing, he said to me, "You're Paul, the most beloved of God." And I said to him, "Who are you?" And he said to me, "I am Noah, who lived in the time of the flood. And I say to you, Paul, that working for 100 years I made the ark, not removing the tunic with which I was clad.
So the thing is,
nor did I cut the hair of my head."
So it's interesting how they're going through these people, right? Because it's not chronologically.
No.
It's
he
not
doesn't
by
wash himself in 100 years.
Right, yeah.
Is this like a by sacrifice level of glory they receive? Because they've been traveling up this mountain in the past, kind of saying these guys have more and more glory-ish.
Right, yeah, but it's weird how glory is calculated here, right? Because, like, are they...
How shitty was your life, and how much did you give up is glory in some ways.
If they're going down... actually, hold on. In no way, whether or not they're going, like... whether or not they're escalating or de-escalating, whichever one it is, why would Moses be not at the top or the bottom? Or like anywhere near them, really?
He's pretty near the top if this is the
right,
top.
yeah. So, but the thing
Somehow
is...
Noah's better.
We got Job,
right?
Like, it's... Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Actually,
how
it does.
Author
favoritism.
Sure, favoritism,
Yeah.
yes.
Absolutely.
But
now we have
what's it
Noah.
based on is what I'm thinking.
His cuckoo-ness. I don't know. His Cocoa Puffs favorability.
Like, just try to get this image of Noah in your head, all right?
Okay.
For 100 years, I made the ark, not removing the tunic with which I was clad, nor did I cut the hair of my head. Till then also I cherished continence, not approaching my own wife. In those 100 years, not a hair of my head grew in length, nor did my garments become soiled. And I besought men at all times, saying, "Repent, for a flood of waters will come upon you." They laughed at me and mocked my words. And again they said to me, "But this is the time for people to play and sin freely, desiring her with whom it is possible to commit fornication frequently."
Wasn't there someone in the Old Testament who also, like you would think that, after a while, days or weeks, months of wearing the same thing, his stuff would become soiled, but it wasn't. And that was like one of the miracles. Was that in Judges or was that in Deuteronomy somewhere? I feel like that's somewhere in there.
It sounds like something that would be
like that was like one of the miracles, right?
Yeah,
a very lame miracle, but that was one of them.
They're trying to find loose women.
Are we all?
Well, desiring her with whom it is possible to commit fornication frequently.
Yeah.
For God does not regard this and does not know what things are done by us men. And there's no flood of waters coming upon this world. And they did not...
No, it's fire this time.
Next time.
Well, the one that's
this is
upcoming.
Noah recounting.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah. And they did not cease from their sins till God destroyed all flesh, which they had the breath of life in it. Know then that God loves one righteous man more than all the world of the impious. Therefore, blessed are you, Paul, man more blessed than all the world of, blessed are you, Paul, and blessed is the nation which believes through you. Chapter 51. And turning round, I saw other just ones coming from afar. And I asked the angel, Sir, who are these?
Other just ones.
Could be the really high-ranking angels.
It could be. Maybe this is where, like David, Samuel, Eli, or no, very
How
far
wrong you are.
off. Okay.
He answered me, These are Elijah and Elisha.
Okay. Is Enoch there too?
No,
Damn.
Where the heck is he? He should be
he
at the
was
top.
at the beginning.
Was he? Oh,
He was, yeah, in
He was.
chapter 20.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to that again.
So they have Elijah and Elisha,
Yeah.
but they don't have Enoch here.
Yep.
And Elisha wasn't there before.
No.
Okay.
And they greeted me, and I said to them, Who are you? And one of them answered and said, I'm Elijah, the prophet of God. I am Elijah who prayed, and because of my word, the heaven did not rain for 3 years and 6 months on account of the unrighteousness of men.
Oh.
God is righteous and true, who does the will of his servants. For the angels often besought the Lord for rain, and he said, Be patient till my servant Elijah shall pray and petition for this, and I will send rain on the earth. The Latin version ends here, breaks off abruptly, as does the Greek. In the Syriac, as translated by J. Perkins, the narrative runs as follows.
Oh, hold on. Is this in here somewhere? I feel like it might have been. No. No, it's not. I thought there was something about the ending here in this book, but there was not.
Nope.
Fair enough. Well, that's only in those versions. Is there another version that he takes from?
Yeah, this is just from the Syriac. It
Okay.
continues. And often the angels asked what he would give them rain, and he did not give it until I called upon him again.
Do you
Then
remember,
he gave it to them.
Do you remember a rain narrative with with Elisha? I remember
No, this is Elijah.
Oh, this is Elijah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, do you remember a rain narrative with Elisha?
I don't recall a
Yes,
rain.
I
Is
do.
there?
Okay,
He warned them of a drought.
did he? Okay.
Yeah.
But here he's able to summon rain whenever he prays
Wasn't it like
for rain.
he just like stock up for 3 years or more, and then there'll be a lot of rain?
There was something like that, yeah. Well, hold on.
But
No,
here it's
there
like
was,
he prayed for it to happen.
There was the stocking up was with Joseph.
Yeah, that's Joseph.
Yeah. But I remember there was the one with the containers that were infinitely filled.
That was Elisha.
That was Elisha. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Elijah, like, he brought, some people back or something.
Mm-hmm. But blessed are you, O Paul, that your generation and those you teach are the sons of the kingdom. And know you, O Paul, that every man who believes through you is a great blessing, and a blessing is reserved for him. Then he departed from me.
Yeah, it looks like this is in 1 Kings 18.
Okay.
And Elijah said to Ahab, "Go up, eat and drink, for there is a sound of the rushing rain." So Ahab went up to eat and to drink, and Elijah went up to the top of Mount Carmel, and he bowed himself down on the earth and put his face between his knees. And he said to his servant, "Go up now, look toward the sea." And he went up and looked again, and looked up and said, "There is nothing." And he said, "Go again 7 times." And at the 7th time he said, "Behold, a little cloud like a man's hand is rising from the sea." And he said, "Go up, say to Ahab, prepare your chariot and go down, lest the rain stop you." And in a little while the heavens grew black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain. And Ahab rode and went to Jezreel. Yeah, so that's that. Natalie,
5 gifted
5
memberships.
huge gifties. Let's see. Peter gonna go for it. So sucks for us. Pragmatic Crystal, a name that I'm going to butcher. Looks like is that Cosme? I don't know. And then Mic Drop. So awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
You now have cows.
Calves.
They're still cows.
Yeah, they are.
Dang.
But
All right.
yeah, either way, we got yeah, we got like basically actually could you scroll up? I want to see how many people.
By the way,
chat
did
actually
you
have it.
see the golden calf
Almost
at
everybody.
the Olympics?
There was a golden calf at the Olympics?
Yeah, they had this big golden calf head thing.
Interesting. Okay.
What do you want me to do?
No, nothing. I just want to see like how many people had memberships that were in chat.
Today.
No, not. Oh my god, I meant in total. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
way too many.
Yeah, way too many. What are you
Calm
guys doing?
down.
Yeah.
We're
No,
ruining
thanks.
the entire like dairy economy
True.
with all these calves.
True. And hey,
Anyways.
soon we're gonna have people like April, right? She's gonna hit the ascended calf soon.
Mm-hmm.
The ascended bull.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right.
And the angel who was with me led me forth and said to me, Lo, to you is given this mystery and revelation. As you please, make it known to the sons of men. And I, Paul, returned to myself. And I knew all that I had seen. And in life I had no rest, that I might reveal this mystery. But I wrote it and deposited it under the ground and the foundation of a
Foundation of a.
certain faithful man with whom I used to be in Tarsus, a city of Cilicia. And
Okay, so this is like the guy saying that he's leaving his account in Paul's house.
no,
Sorry,
Paul's
hold on.
saying that
In
he
his
left
friend's
it,
house.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
his friend's place that's being buried. And when I was released from this life of time and stood before my Lord, thus he said to me, how he wrote this afterwards, I don't know.
Right, yeah.
Paul, have we shown all these things to you that you should deposit them under the foundation of a house? Then send and disclose this revelation that men may read it and turn to the way of truth, that they may also not come to these bitter torments. Then follows the story of discovery of the revelation at Tarsus in the reigns of Theodosius, as given at the beginning of the Greek and Latin versions. The Coptic continues as follows. The suffering which endures for God's sake, God will repay him twofold. Blessed are you, Paul, and blessed is the people who will believe through you. And as he was speaking, another, Enoch, came and greeted me and
Finally.
said to me, the sufferings which a man endures for the sake of God, God does not afflict him with when he leaves the world. And as he was speaking, behold,
Behold!
2 other men came up together, and another was coming after them, crying out to them, wait for me, that I may come to see Paul, the beloved of God.
Oh, wait, hold on.
There will be a deliverance for us if we see him while he's still in the body.
Hold on. Is this, you said 2 beloved ones?
Yep.
Is it Peter and the beloved disciple?
No.
Damn.
I said to the angel, my Lord, who are these? He said to me, this is Zacharias and John, his son.
John, his son!
Yep.
We could not have guessed that in a million fucking
His
years.
No
boy
way.
Elroy and Jane, his wife.
And I said to the angel, who's this other who runs after them? Guess.
Micah?
He said, this is Abel, whom Cain killed.
Abel!
Yep. They greeted me and said to me, blessed are you, Paul. You are righteous in all your works. John said, I am he whose head they took off in prison for the sake of a woman who danced at a feast. Zacharias said, I am he who they killed while I was presenting the offering of God. And when the angels came for the offering, they carried my body up to God. And no man found where my body was taken.
Wait, so this is this is the
John the Baptist and his dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Okay, because I was like, I was thinking of another Zechariah. I was thinking of
Nope.
thinking of his son John. I'm like, what?
Different dude.
Okay, so yeah, so that makes more sense now that we're talking about John the Baptist.
Mm.
Okay.
Abel said, I'm he whom Cain killed while I was presenting a sacrifice to God. The sufferings which we endured for the sake of God are nothing. What we have done for the sake of God, we have forgotten. And the righteous and all the angels surrounded me, and they rejoiced with me because they had seen me in the flesh. And I looked and saw another taller than them all and very beautiful. And I said to the angel, who is this, my Lord? Taller than
tall
all
and very
of them.
beautiful. Wait, hold on.
God.
Tall. Shit. It's not Goliath, but I'm gonna go with Goliath.
Wow.
This is Adam, the father of you all. When he came up to me, he greeted me with joy. He said to me, take courage, Paul, beloved of God. You brought a multitude to faith in God and to repentance. I myself have repented and received my praise from the compassionate and merciful one. After this...
Okay, so he was forgiven.
Mm,
That's good.
After this, the Paul is carried into the third heaven. The angel who's with him changes in appearance and bursts in flames of fire. And a voice forbids Paul to reveal what he has seen. There's a description of a mysterious vision of an altar with 7 eagles
Wait,
of
so
light.
this isn't like a reading of the text. It's a description of the text?
This is the narrative of the text with some readings from the text.
Interesting. Okay.
This is just from
The Syriac.
the Syriac. Well, now we're in the Coptic.
Okay, gotcha. Oh wait, hold on. That's this one.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. So this one we can actually leave if you want to read this on its own. Yeah, this is the Coptic version. I'm
just at the end here.
Okay, fine.
The conclusion runs thus. The angel of the Lord took me up and brought me to the Mount of Olives. I found the apostles assembled and told them all I had seen. They praised God and commanded us, that is me, Mark, and Timothy, to write the revelation. And while they were talking, Christ appeared from the chariot of the cherubim and spoke greetings to Peter, John, and especially Paul. He promised blessings to those who should read or write the Apocalypse and curses on those who should deride it. Peter and Paul should end their course on the 5th of Apocryphal, the 29th of June. He then bade a cloud to take the apostles to the various countries allotted to them and commanded them to preach the gospel of the kingdom, and a doxology follows.
Okay, fair enough. But hey, you know what? If next week you want to read the Coptic Apocalypse of Paul, we can. It's very short.
It is.
Yeah.
Anyways, what did you think of the Apocalypse of Paul?
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we get like a who's who at the end. We get
kind of.
There's a lot of hell, and then there's like, oh, now you get to meet the patriarchs.
Right. Yeah. And we did get to learn a lot about how the judgment would be conducted. Like everything being brought in front of you. Like he sees like all the stuff you've done, your entire past.
We got to see a lot of different punishments. True. Got some details about Michael.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm. And there's
we also got some in chapters 31 and 21. We got some chapters about the firmament.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty interesting. Got more Enoch and Elijah pairings. This is where it actually says that the sin of Sodom was gayness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
And there was an attack on 3 different theological views in chapter 41 as well. Also something I want to look into. And also, the crazy ways that the prophets died.
Yeah, super weird.
Those were something I definitely want to look into, actually.
So overall, I'm gonna rate this like
I'm giving it a 9.
Like a 9, like
Sure.
an 8. Sure, a 9.
Really solid.
We'll give it a 9. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good apocalypse.
Damn straight it was.
So if you enjoyed this,
make sure to drop a like.
first of all, why?
Yeah, why? Yeah. Subscribe if you haven't. Let's see. Definitely become a member if you want to become an ascended calf at one point.
You should become a member long enough to become an ascended calf.
Yeah, true.
How long does it take?
Years.
2 years, 3 years.
Something like that.
It's less than $50 at the end of all of it.
True. Yeah, at the end of all those months.
Yep.
But you'll get there eventually.
Yeah, you will.
Well, thanks.
4 years. Oh, dear God.
Oh, jeez.
And the thing is, I think
Still less than $50.
either way, thank you everyone for joining us. And look at that. Speaking
On the way.
of, on the way, 19 months, crazy. Thank you, Ryan.
Wow,
very much appreciated.
Well, I'm glad that you were all able to be here. You should. Thanks. Who sent us the Summa?
Oh, Natalie.
Natalie. Thanks, Natalie, for the Summa Theologica. It's long.
Yeah, it is. But thank you so much. Room's gonna have a field day with those.
Yeah, I've got time.
Also, Matthew K. Member for 4 months.
Yeah, Matthew.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes. If you want to donate books, talk to Lawrence, or you know what? Just check out our Amazon wish list.
True, we do have one of those.
We haven't updated it, I think, since before Atheist Sunday School ended.
No, I've been updating it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
still all Bible stuff, except for because you added a lot of psychology books on there initially. But yeah, it is a lot of Bible stuff on there.
You know, we could add more to the Amazon wish list.
We could
get stuff we actually want.
Oh, we want all that stuff.
Like,
Anyways, thanks for
we could
joining
have
us.
like a section that's like stuff that I want, like
sure.
big beanbag chair or something.
Wow.
And then a section that's like stuff that you want, like
Those are still just gonna be the books.
like butt plugs and stuff.
I can get those on my own. Thank you very much.
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyways,
Thanks for joining us. And make sure to join the Discord, and we will see
you
you on
on
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
That's a week from now.
Probably.
On a Wednesday, because that's chronology.
hopefully.
Goodbye.